All right. Guadalupe Rodriguez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So is this a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there an application?
Yes, Your Honor. It's a recommended.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009515, State of Texas versus Guadalupe Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Eric Baker for Mr. Rodriguez, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Rodriguez, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Judge.
It appears that you're proceeding on count 2 only. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
And waiving count 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. The state is recommending community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years and there be 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense as charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We'd request to do so, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, other than he fully understands the court's going to impose conditions of probation in order to help him succeed, and he's told me that he's willing to do whatever the court feels is necessary.
All right. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
If you're released, who would you be staying with?
With one of my parents.
Did you ask her if you could stay with her?
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you had employment?
February of this year.
Doing what?
Construction.
All right. How often have you been using?
Probably like 3 months.
All right. Heavy using?
It started getting to the point when then I got caught, so
Okay. Do you have any gang affiliation?
no, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
Got my GED.
What are you planning on doing with that? Just continuing with construction?
I was going to drive trucks. I was gonna try to go in that route.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. TAP evaluation and a referral to felony drug court in custody. Follow recommendations of TAP if not accepted in felony drug court. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider with minors. 200 hours of community service restitution. The court will waive those hours if you obtain your CDL or something else that you're intending to do. Before you do that, you may want to check to see if this is going to hinder you from getting your CDL license. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months and 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And there's to be no contact with 3435 Fredericksburg Road.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's to be no contact with Olga. Thank you. Regular random UAs. All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. I will tell you that felony drug court is a good program. If for some reason you're not accepted, then you'll follow through the recommendations of the TAP evaluation. But if you're accepted in felony drug court, you graduate, I'll come to your graduation, okay?
How does that work?
Your attorney will explain it to you. All right, good luck to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Very much.
You're welcome. Who's here on Joshua Alcaraz?
Judge, I think that's what he called and he wasn't here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see.
I think you put a warrant out already for him.
No, I haven't. Let me see, let me see.
You were supposed to.
No, I was waiting for them to tell me that. Yeah, they haven't had any contact with him.
The pretrial services. that's
Yes.
right, Okay.
All right. All right, then we'll issue the warrant.
Good.
All right, Samantha Venegas?
May I address the court?
Yes.
Ms. Venegas would like to hire her own attorney.
All right. Then you'll need to be back here this afternoon.
Well, I didn't mean like hire one right now, ma'am. I feel even if I get another court appointed attorney, I feel I don't feel like he just wants me off his case. So that's how I feel. And he hasn't done nothing for me.
Well, let me
to
just
help
tell
me.
you, let me stop you right there.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this cases, it's sort of like in sports. We shouldn't be dealing with feelings. We're just dealing with facts.
Yes, ma'am.
These are the facts. And I'm speaking to you from a person who's been a defense attorney and a person who's been a prosecutor. Sometimes we want our attorneys to be touchy-feely. We want them to sit down, walk us through everything, hold our hands. There are some attorneys who will do that. There are some attorneys who will be your secretary. They will get your calendar together for you, call you and say, remember, you have a court setting, please be here. Other attorneys, they don't do that. Now, what I can tell you, your attorney has no duty to call you and tell you there's a court setting unless they change your court setting. Otherwise, everybody knows when their setting is. With your cases in this court, I require that your attorney receive all discovery. He's received all discovery. Then I require that the state give an offer. State has tendered an offer. You can either accept it or reject it. Here's the thing, your attorney can't force the state to give you something that you want. If you want your case to dismiss, your attorney can present information to the state the reason he thinks it can be dismissed. They still can say, yeah, we're not dismissing it. This is what we're offering. That's where we are. So we will have you back here at 1:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, what page is Venegas on? And Miss Venegas, you were late for court. You were late for court today. Don't be late coming back. Daniel Guerrero. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5927, State of Texas versus Daniel Guerrero. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones.
Defense,
Attorney Albert Osvaldo for Mr. Guerrero.
and are you Daniel Guerrero?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, do you understand that the state is asking to amend the indictment and that's a substantive change to the indictment? And that your counsel has 10 days to prepare for trial? Knowing that, do you still wish to proceed?
Yes.
And defense, you're waiving your 10 days notice?
I am waiving my 10 days, Your Honor.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on criminal trespass as a Class A misdemeanor?
Yes.
Range of minor punishment is up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 1, paragraph A, the lesser included offense of criminal trespass. There's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be 40 hours of community service restitution. No harm or injurious contact with Daniel Morales, and anger management's in the TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge, I've been provided some character letters on behalf of Mr. Guerrero. If you mind reviewing some of these for him?
Sure. Any objections? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And just argument brief, Judge.
All right, court will hear argument.
Judge, just ask that you follow the plea bargain agreement. Since I've been hired to represent Mr. Guerrero,
All right, everyone whisper.
he's taken ownership and responsibility for this incident. He's very remorseful just from conversating with him. He owns a company or he's a partner with the company at Texas Sprinkler Pros. He's been doing that for 3 to 4 years. He's hoping to get his irrigation license. And this obviously could have had an adverse effect on it. So he's fortunate and he's asking you to follow that plea bargain agreement and show you that he can complete anything that you order, Judge. I don't think there's going to be any issues as far as following any terms of this probation, and you won't see him again.
All right, so I'm assuming you go over because you think that your stepsister is being abused.
Actually, I was thinking that they were having financial issues. That's the reason why I went.
No, that's not what it says, because how does I think they're having financial issues comes to you breaking into a home? And I know you all are just going on criminal trespass, but the police report is you broke into the home.
Yes, ma'am. So originally I went with the intent to see how they were doing with the financial situation, but then he mentioned to me that about the abuse situation. So he just mentioned that my parents had a message that implicated him with abusing her. And that's when I asked, is she okay?
No. The way this reads is per the caller, your stepsister says her brother stormed into their home and attacked her husband. So this is all before you go over there, as you say, and talk about they may be having financial issues. If somebody's having financial issues, I don't understand why there's a storm into their house unless, did they not have a phone for you to call?
No, I did attempt to call her. She didn't answer.
So how bad is a financial issue that you're calling somebody on the phone and they don't answer? So therefore you storm over to their house, because that's what it says. It says, Daniel stated that his brother-in-law showed up uninvited, forced his way into the home after a verbal argument outside, physically assaulted him, and then choked him before leaving the scene. So nowhere in here does it say, oh, we're just talking about money. Nobody gets this upset over money unless somebody owes you money. And even then, I don't know why you're getting upset with that. When you lend money to relatives and friends, you need to realize that's a gift. And if they give it back to you, great. If they don't, they don't. So this is not about financial. It says you forced your way into the home. And it says that he was preparing to shut the door, but you prevented him from closing the door by placing your foot in the doorway. You must have been very angry with that because somebody slamming a door and your foot is painful. And it says you push your way inside the home without permission. Then y'all are rolling around on the ground fighting. And then your sister is there and has to call the police. So let's start again. So what happened? Like, why did you rush over to the house?
I'm the type of person that wants to be there for people I care about.
So are you still, let me just stop you there. Are you still sticking with this thing? I rushed over the house because I thought they had financial difficulties.
No,
All right, so why are you rushing over to the house?
to check on my sister,
All right, so who called you and said there was an issue with your sister?
my father or my dad.
All right, so he calls you and tells you what?
He tells me that they had went over previously, they couldn't see her. So he let me know that what's the issue with her, that she's not been healthy, that she had to go to the hospital, so kind of made me worry.
Why didn't you just pick up the phone and call the police and ask them to do a welfare check? You know they do that.
Yes, I wasn't thinking about that.
Do you have any children?
No,
Are you married?
yes,
How would you feel if somebody comes barging into your house?
I completely understand. Yes, ma'am.
That's why you need to pick up the phone and have the police do a welfare check.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication, anger management. There's to be no contact with Daniel Morales until you complete the anger management course. There's to be $500 fine that'll be probated, 40 hours of community service restitution, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. We can do a TAP evaluation out of custody followed Rex. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. All right, we can go off record. Here's the thing. When you're coming before me, you need to be honest.
Yes, ma'am.
Because let me just tell you what I was going to do. Because I was reading the report. I understand that emotions run high when you think maybe somebody's being physically abusive to your sister. I was going to give you the community service hours and I was going to say complete anger management and you don't have any community service hours to do. But you were dishonest. So this is part of your punishment. You're doing community service hours. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're off the record. You may proceed.
These series of actions robbed my family of peace within our home. It forced us to live on edge. It emotionally exhausted my then pregnant wife, and it almost lost the life of our son due to the stress she was under. However, I believe that one mistake shouldn't define the rest of your life, but now it's up to you to not let this mistake define who you are. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Maybe excuse you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Shannon Anderson. Who's the attorney for Shannon Anderson?
I'm present, Your Honor.
Okay, where are we on the 49 videos?
We have the videos, Your Honor.
Okay,
And we conferred with the state. We have an offer. My clients rejected the offer.
all right. Ms. Ferguson, this is going to come back for a plea deadline date. And your plea deadline date is going to be November the 21st. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Once you sign the reset form, your excuse.
You won't take an announcement, Your Honor, with our client in the bathroom, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. We'll just wait for him.
Deputy Laura, could you meet? All right, Vincent McCray. You're in the center. I've never asked this before. How tall are you?
6'8".
6'8"? I'm just interested. All right, so you're up for jury trial.
And Judge, the state's not ready at this time.
All right, so unless you agree to the state's oral continuance, this is going to trial.
Okay, we're ready, Your Honor.
All right, so this is going to jury trial.
All right, Judge. Tender some paperwork, that's appropriate.
All right, thank you.
I'll just have him wait, Judge.
Yes.
In 2018, Naomi was arrested for running over another woman she believed was having an affair with her boyfriend in the parking lot of a Southwest Side Fiesta grocery. As the victim walked towards the store, Hernandez confronted her about the alleged affair, and they began arguing. Then the fight turned physical, police said. The two eventually separated, and the victim went into the store. She came back out a short time later and got in her car, still parked near Hernandez, authorities said. At that point, Hernandez backed up and started to drive away, but she stopped, then rapidly accelerated, and smashed into the side of the victim's car. The victim got out of her car, and Hernandez made a loop and rushed back to strike again. This time, she struck the driver's side of the car, then swiped the victim and finally crashed into a wall of the Fiesta grocery.
The victim was knocked into the wall of the Fiesta grocery. Her foot was fractured in the crash. Naomi. Hernandez fled after smashing into the victim. The entire scene was captured on security camera. When police contacted the victim about the incident, she told them she had known Hernandez for about 6 months and that she had only spoken to her a few times. The victim said Hernandez accused her of having an affair with her boyfriend. She was sentenced to 4 years for the
Naomi
crime.
Hernandez. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 6569, State of Texas versus Naomi Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jens for the state.
Arlene Gay for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Hernandez? Counsel, have you received all of the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Is there an application?
No application.
Ms. Hernandez, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Did you understand the state is, oh, I'm sorry, wrong one. Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault family household member? That is a Class A misdemeanor. Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand? Yes. Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
According to the plea, there's 242 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $500 fine. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Then to the offense of assault, bodily injury, family, household, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking that the court follow the plea bargain agreement. She, in fact, does have 242 days, which we confirmed.
All right, and what is happening with her mental health?
She is currently on her medication. She received treatment at the jail and through University Hospital.
Does she have a place to stay?
Yes, she does have a place to stay.
All right, and it's not with her mom, correct?
No, it's a separate deal.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 242 days in the Bexar County Jail, give you credit for any time served. There's a $500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Caroline Ramirez or 5227 Hayton Drive or Juan Manuel Gonzalez. Once you've completed your treatment and everything is functional with you and you're stable, your attorney can come back to the court and I'll consider changing that order. The court will find that there's sufficient time to satisfy your judgment and the court will satisfy the judgment. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, if there's any issues where you can't find something with regards to your mental health or where to go, you can always come back to court and I'll help you with that, okay? All right, good luck to you. All right, who's here on Labarty? Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi. So y'all are scheduled for jury trial today. Y'all want to do this substitution? Because it's going.
Not if it's going, we're respectfully requesting a continuance.
Okay. All right, yeah, this is scheduled for jury trial today. So,
That I of course haven't reviewed the discovery where I haven't had access to it, so I don't know that that's a possibility.
all right, yeah, it's set for jury trial today.
Okay, let me confer with the client.
All right, thank you. Who's here on Rodney Patterson?
Yes, I'm here on it, but I'm not sure he appeared this morning.
No, can I see the file on Rodney Patterson, please?
And actually, Judge, you were letting him appear by Zoom because he has a job site in Johnson City or someplace like that.
Yeah.
We've been in contact with his family. He's apparently going through a depression that's keeping him from functioning correctly, so get him on.
I mean, a warrant's gonna be issued. I
Understood.
yeah,
I understand,
okay.
Judge.
I appreciate you letting me
Actually,
know.
if you call me somebody else, he threw me off and called.
Oh, no problem. Well, you were looking at me. I'm like, he's looking at me. What is he? All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 8184 State of Texas versus Rodney Patterson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Raymond Martinez.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 2:33 p.m. The defendant did not answer docket. The defendant did not appear by Zoom.
All I can tell you,
Defense?
Judge, is we're still looking for him. And he has appeared several times in the past, so he knows what he's supposed to do. If I find him, I will let the court know.
All right, state.
State's requesting either a judge's warrant or a bond publisher on it.
All right, let me see. All right, the court is going to issue a judge's warrant, and the court will remand your client without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Understood.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stand by in case my other case gets called next.
All right, what do you have next with us?
I have Araceli Robles, that's MTR and is also on the trial docket, Judge.
Okay,
So it's actually on the docket as a contested MTR.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
yes, okay. All right, on this one, Yaya, this is a judge's warrant. All right, Araceli Robles. Where is she?
It's moving a little slow. She's got
Okay.
broken leg.
All right, are you all ready to proceed on the motion?
Yes. The state was super busy this morning, so I never got a chance to actually discuss it with them, whether they were ready to proceed or if they had an offer. Happy to do that. I
All
just want
right.
you to know that we're here.
All right, well, if you all will
Here.
do that.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Hi. Venegas.
Yes.
All right, and if you could, how many more files do we have remaining? Are there a lot? Okay, then. All right, on this case, how long do y'all expect jury selection to take?
Half hour, 40 minutes.
I'm sorry, what?
Total,
Yes, total. Well, I mean, for your side and for the state side.
20, 30.
Okay,
I address the court.
yes.
She's in contact with a lawyer, but has no contractual relationship yet.
Okay. All right, then just have a seat. All right, what is happening with Johnny Joe? I'm sorry, yes?
So, see if we can approach off the record.
Yes.
So what I was getting more information regarding our client was she was recently in a hospital and we haven't been able to go over the entire discovery with her.
Mhm.
We were going to ask for a reset, but yet at the same time, the client was going to retain Miss Brown.
Okay, all right, I'm sure the state has their files. You all can go over it with her.
But as far as the
All right, so this is scheduled for trial today because let me just tell you, this has been on the docket for a while. So y'all can talk with her. And Norma, can you call Melissa Christian? I don't know if they're still on vacation or whatever, but they need to be here if they're not. Oh, and Norma, could you have Mr. Jellion come back, please? Yes. All right, and Trevor Morse with Renee. Hi. All right, you're all ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, just give us a moment then. We're gonna see who's gonna go.
Yes, sir.
And you can just give me all of them. if they're haven't worked out, yeah. Yes,
I saw that I missed a call from you.
yes, I was calling you. You have a client on the docket.
Yes, I was down in the 399th.
Mhm.
He just released me and said, stick around for 30 minutes in case the case that he's going on
Okay.
bounces, but that's why I came up.
Okay, no problem.
Can you bring my guy out when you get a chance? Thanks. Is the other guy gone?
Yes, we have been.
Yeah, I heard.
All right, so, Mr. Cano. Where did he go? People are just disappearing. It's like, leprechauns. They're just disappearing. Or it's like, what's his name? The guy with the little people. What is that called? Sean Connery was in it, where they were dealing with leprechauns. Johnny O'Gill? Yes. It's something in the little people, but they're in Ireland or somewhere. People are just disappearing. All right. Once we do the pleas, then we're going to take up the cases that are set for jury. And who are all the attorneys who are scheduled for jury trial today? Raise your hand, please. All right, and also you. All right, and Yaya, Deputy Laura, everybody's starting something new. Is Tostada Thursday the same as Taco Tuesday? Are we just doing different foods for each day?
It's almost the same thing, but flat.
Well, they're having it on Thursday. I think they're still doing that fundraiser for March of Dimes and everything.
We can judge.
Oh, it was great. We spent it here in trial
Oh,
Saturday,
that's a busy weekend.
Sunday. And then, I had, I don't like to say I had to attend events. I wanted to attend certain events,
Yeah.
honoring veterans. And then I had some things that I had scheduled to do with children.
Yeah.
And, children, I
bless you.
never like to say I'm going to attend and then not attend because they don't understand.
Yeah.
So unless I'm in the hospital, I will be there.
God bless you on that, Joe.
So I was started dragging.
It's a long weekend.
Yeah. I'll take this case then, and when they come out, we'll take a stroll. Darwin Gomez. I hope you'll still be available after the election.
I have to be.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 9393 State Texas versus Darwin Gomez. Do I have parties announced?
Mark LaHood for defense.
And are you Mr. Gomez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Very much so.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is opposed to your application for deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution, if any, to the complainant. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand that was a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes,
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead?
no contest, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. All right, if you all want, this will probably come back in 8 weeks if y'all want a PSI and tap. If you want it back sooner, I can give you a shorter reset and y'all can just bring whatever witnesses you would like to bring in. And then I'll just have the state give me criminal history if there is any. So what would you all like to do?
When would you think about bringing it back? If it came back sooner, Judge?
Oh, you just tell me when, if you all want to have witnesses here, when you would have your witnesses present. And of course, if there's some issues with witnesses, if you all want to have them appear by Zoom, they can appear by Zoom if there's no objection.
When are your current PSIs being set, Judge? Is it early January?
Mm-hmm.
Before the 14th, though? You know? No.
Probably not.
Is there any way to do it like early January?
The PSI probably won't be ready.
Oh, before then? Well, from my understanding, the first month is like 2 days.
Yeah, yeah.
It's dead.
Yeah.
And so it shouldn't be, if you don't mind me being proactive with the court and finding a time that's available for the court once the PSI comes back. I mean, as the court is well aware, because it's an opposed offer, we are not looking forward, but we are anticipating his conversation with probation, the recommendation, as well as our live testimony as well.
All right. Yes.
January 9th.
All right.
That's perfect, Judge.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, once you sign the reset form, your excuse, you'll be back in court on January 9th. At that time, I'll make a decision on your application based upon any evidence that's presented.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
All
you,
right,
Your Honor.
thank you.
Maybe excuse Your Honor.
Once he signs the reset form.
Yes, Judge.
I actually brought a gift for you. I appreciate your time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Sure.
Your Honor.
Oh, I'm not allowed to
That
accept
figure, that
gifts,
figure.
yes.